I'm hearing that old engine crank again in all its glory. It's a faded memory that I go back to now and then. I give my right arm to be on that farm with a John Deere H again. The John Deere H was a row crop tractor, ours was a 43. And I was still too young to drive, but I knew she was made for me. It'd be like heaven to start her up until that stubborn ground. But I'd climb up on the metal seat and make up my own tractor sounds like this. Was made in a factory down in Waterloo, but my dad had got her secondhand from some folks that we knew. She wasn't sleek and she wasn't fast, took a while to get her going, but she beat a horse in a handheld plow for cutting hay and hoeing. And then to my surprise he said one night, "Boy, it's time you got to learn." And then he showed me how to check the spark, set that flywheel turning. I had to stand to reach the pedals, but I was so proud you'd have thought that I just won some kind of medal. In the spring she pulled a corn planter in the newly thought out ground, and at harvest time she'd help make hay before the fields turned brown. She cut alfalfa with a sickle mower, the sweet smell filled the sky, and in dreams at night we'd still be working the John Deere H&I. Well, that old machine was a farm kid's dream, unlike her before or after, but we let her go in hopes of knowing so-called greener pastures. Though I've been around the world, the life's the envy of most men. I give my right hand for that piece of land in the John Deere H again. I give my right arm to be on that farm with the John Deere H again. Thank you so much. I don't want an instant packaged, I want made at home. I don't want advertisements on my telephone. I don't want form letters, robocalls, big box, shopping malls, digitally remastered, formatted to fit your TV. I want analog, baby. I don't want a manufactured home on wheels. I want a lazy river where I can cool my heels. I don't want junk mail, towaways. $1 a jukebox plays. Congratulations, you've been selected randomly. I want analog, baby. I don't want a living room from rooms to go. Yeah, MSG and your GMOs. Keep your touch tunes, your Spotify. I want to hear that needle skipping on my hi-fi. I don't need a photograph, I'd rather have the memory. I want analog, baby. because it's new, but in gaining a little, we've lost something too. When you climb into bed, your phone in your face, it feels like you're light years away from this place. We work like machines in some sci-fi fantasy. I want analog, analog, baby. I want analog, analog, baby. Well, it's mighty analog here at the Churchill School. We noticed it's a really pretty, wonderful place. Thank you all for having us, and a special thanks to Leo Moon. That was lovely for joining us tonight. You probably noticed the first song was about farm equipment, and you're at a country music show. We've locked the doors, so it's too late for you to leave if you're not into that. But I tell you what, if you're one of those people that says you don't like country music, you're not really right. You're wrong. You actually do like it, 'cause that's what we're doing tonight. So anyway, it's really early for me to be on the soapbox, but here I am. It was a long travel, a couple of travel days, but it just feels wonderful here. Anyway, I wrote that first song about my dad, the John Deere H, and his first time driving a little tractor solo by himself when he was 8 in New Rockford, North Dakota. I know you've all heard of it. It's a really popular destination. North Dakota being the 50th most visited state in the Union. I'm sure it's on your list if you haven't already been there, but I bring that up because I've written a lot of songs about that part of the country. My family's from that part of the country. I live in Nashville, and I've lived in Texas. So, but you know, I was born in Fargo, so I have a soft spot in my heart for it. And this is another song about that part of the world. It's actually about that part of the world, but it's also about the passage of time. And how when an older generation passes away, we lose a lot of their special things that they brought us, you know, their food, their sayings, and their music. And so most of the folks where I'm from, at least when I was a kid, were Scandinavian immigrants, or the children or grandchildren of Scandinavian immigrants. And that's what this tune's about, one of those old folks passing away up there on the plains. It's called the Prairie Funeral. It was a funeral on the prairie, all his children gathered round and put him in a horse-drawn wagon and drove him into town. In the dark of February, snow covered up the ground. In a pioneer church made out of sod, we sang, "A mighty fortress is our God." He was born in 1898 when the plains burned red and green. To God-fearing pilgrim parents, the 12th kid of 13, they broke up that ground yard by yard with a mule and an oxen team. Now we're burying him out on the lone prairie where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. Well, back at the house we pushed that big oak table against the wall, built a fire in the cast iron cook stove, made room for one and all. The children and grandchildren piled our snow boots in the hall. Women worked like an oiled machine, the coffee boiled and the kettle screamed. And then the old folks took to telling tales back when they were young. And it weren't too long before that four-string banjo began to strum. Mom played the fiddle and my Uncle Lars played his accordion. The farmers cried in their flannel sleeves when we sang that song from the old country. Well, that was long ago, and as the years go by, I still forget he's gone. But I look out on the open plains and I know his soul lives on. He's the red sky mirrored on the lake. He's the first cold light of dawn. He's a coyote's wail. He's a winter storm. He's the August wind blowing through the corn.